All right, everybody, good morning and welcome to Against the Public for August 11th. I'm Dana Lane. Today, we'll go through my top Major League Baseball free plays, as we do on most days. But after the show, make sure to go over to Pickdawgz.com. I'll have my premium NFL preseason selections locked and loaded. We'll have 3 plays tomorrow in the 2 games. And I'll also have my Major League Baseball premium plays loaded up on the site as well. Another great night in the NFL. We picked right up where we left off in 2024. We ran our preseason record to 6-3. So please, if you haven't jumped on board already, don't miss out. The people that have, thank you so much. And we're off and running in the NFL. Jump on my single plays or tomorrow's NFL exhibition and Major League Baseball 3-pack for just $49.99. And of course, every individual play in every 3-pack comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee that states you must profit or receive an immediate site credit for the purchase price. But better yet, there's only one way to get every play that I release, and that's to become an all-access member. And you can do that for the next 30 days for less than $11 a day, the next 90 days for less than $10 a day, or jump on that all-access pass for the next 365 days for just $3.70 a day. And this is the way it works out. Basically, you're paying for the NFL preseason, NFL regular season, and the college football season. You get that. That's what you're paying for. And then with the price of $3.70 a day, you're practically getting the NHL, NBA, college basketball, all of baseball of this year, all of baseball up to this time next year for free. So this is the time and this is the package. You throw it on a credit card, you pay it off a little at a time. We'll roll our sleeves up and we will absolutely get to work. And as I mentioned, once again, if you're not on board with football, we're 13 days away from the college football season. I have my season package in the NFL loaded up. I have my preseason package loaded up. Just $199.99 gives you every play in the preseason for one low price. And we're off to a great start, so please don't hesitate. Get on board right now. We got 3 big plays for tomorrow. Okay, on to your free plays for Sunday. Remember, these are probable pitchers, so please confirm before making your wager. 11:35 Eastern Time gets us started off. 9:21, 9:22. Los Angeles Angels against the Washington Nationals. Nationals minus $1.47. 9 under minus 15. Jack Kohanowitz versus Mackenzie Gore. Early wagering, and this of course is your Roku game, just about split right down the middle. We see 51% of the money leaning on the Angels, but we also see 72% of the tickets on the Nationals, which sets the tone for our pros versus Joes matchup. The total is a little bit more decisive, 72% of the money on the over, along with 71% of the tickets. If you're interested in betting the side in this one, make sure to shop a little bit because the consensus number is minus $1.47, but I see lines between $1.34 and $1.49. And the reason for that is that Davis Daniel was supposed to start this game, but late information suggests that Kohanowitz is going to get the ball. So make sure that maybe you got a book that lags a little bit. That's why we see such a big discrepancy in the number. Maybe by the time you see this video, maybe everything's going to work out. But again, always shop for the best number anyway. Don't know who Kohanowitz is. You're probably likely not alone. He's going to make his 3rd start of this season. Just 7 innings of Major League Baseball experience, so he's raw and brand new. In his other 2 starts, the 23-year-old has allowed 4 earned runs in 3 innings. So he's only thrown 3 innings this year. That was against the Mariners. He allowed 4 earned runs in 3 innings against the Mariners, and then followed that up with 7 earned runs in 4 innings against Oakland, both games going over the total. So 7 full innings in his Major League career. Mackenzie Gore, 7-9. We know Mackenzie Gore. 4.66 ERA has been getting blasted when we look at his recent form. 20 earned runs allowed in his last 22 innings. That's an 8.18 ERA. In those 22 innings, Gore has allowed 30 hits and 12 walks against 16 Ks. That is not a good walk to strikeout ratio, and that certainly is not a good ERA. We're going to go over that 9 minus $1.05 in your first free pick. Game number 2, 2:10 Eastern Time. 919, 920 Cleveland Guardians. On the road, minus $1.16, 8.5 under minus 15 against the Minnesota Twins. Tanner Bibee against David Feska. Bibee's 9-4 this year, a 3.48 ERA. He's got a big arm, 132 Ks and 121 2/3 innings. His current form is about what his season numbers reflect. He's got a 3.5 ERA to go with a 2-2 mark in his last 5 outings, 1 no decision. He did have to dance out of a few issues, a few situations against the Detroit Tigers, but they ended up winning that game 8-4 in his last start. David Feska is going to make his 5th start of his career, just 24 1/3 innings under his belt. But like Bibee, Feska has decent strikeout numbers in his young career with 30 to go with a 5.55 ERA and his 2-2 record. Although his numbers certainly look pretty ugly. His last three starts, if you watch his last three starts, he's been absolutely fantastic, allowing just 3 earned runs in 14 1/3 inning. That's a 1.88 ERA, and in those games, Feska has 22 Ks and 5 walks. Opponents are hitting just 177 over his last 3 appearances and 147 over his last 2. So he's progressively getting better, and that's what we want when we're looking for starting pitching. We see what your standard is because those are your numbers for the season. But are you trending up or are you trending down? That's really what I want to look at when we're talking about starting pitching. We see 67% of the money on the Twins, along with 51% of the tickets. Minnesota is 12-4 this season when their side of the money line is even to minus $1.10. They're minus $1.02 in this situation. I like Minnesota minus $1.02. And then game number 3, 7:10 Eastern Time, 9:25, 9:26. New York Mets against the Seattle Mariners. Mariners minus $1.30, 7.5 under minus 15. Luis Severino against Luis Castillo. No one in baseball is better than the Seattle Mariners at home when betting unders. They have 39 cash outs against 20 losses, 16.5 units of profit. And to give you an idea of how good that is, the next closest team is the Atlanta Braves with 12.78 units won. And it's nothing new really for Seattle. We've been able to lean on the Mariners over the last 5 years, including the last 5 years where they have a record or at least a win percentage of .555 to the under, plus 21.60 units. Overall, the Mariners are 3rd in baseball, and of course that number was at home. But overall, the Mariners are 3rd in baseball in under wins with 62 and 112 decisions, a .554 win percentage. So whether they're at home or overall, the under has been the play on most nights when we're talking about Seattle. Now, if we want to break it down just a little bit further, Seattle, when they're a favorite at T-Mobile Park, the under is 40, 31-4 this season, a .563 win percentage, so a little bit higher win percentage. Not a surprise, considering the Mariners own the league's best ERA at 3.44. Luis Castillo, just 9-11 this year, but does have a respectable 3.48 ERA. But over his last 5 starts, Castillo has been absolutely sensational at 2.61 ERA, has allowed 29 hits in 31 innings, 28 Ks against 6 walks. Luis Severino, 7-5 this year, a 4.06 ERA, needs to bounce back after 3 straight starts that he probably would like to have back. Fortunate to only have 2 losses in those 3 starts, but he has allowed 12 earned runs in 13 innings. He's given up 3 homers in his last 8 innings. Not going in a great direction for Severino, but unfortunately for Seattle, that's not a team that I can say, hey, look, even against pitching that isn't going in the direction I would like it to, this is not an offense that I can lean on. And one of the worst offenses in baseball. Good thing they have good pitching. Just no consistency throughout the lineup, no consistency from game to game. So if they had a good night the previous night, you probably can figure they're not going to on the next night. I just can't rely on Seattle to score enough runs, so we're going to go under 7.5 minus $1.15. So that does it for your Sunday free plays. Please go to pickdawgz.com. Get involved with one of my many available packages, including that all-access pass that gives you every play I release for one low price. or my NFL preseason plays. You can get them in a 3-pack individually, or just get an all-access pass that gives you every play that I send out for one low price. Here's our Sunday free play recap. Los Angeles Angels, Washington Nationals over 9 minus $1.05. Minnesota minus $1.02, and the New York Mets, Seattle under 7.5 minus 15. That does it for today's show. Thank you to everyone who continues to watch on a daily basis. I appreciate all the comments. Again, you know, I'm kind of playing around with this a little bit because I throw some handicapping tips out there. I don't know if they get a little nerdy at times, and I'm trying to figure out a way where we can. I appreciate everybody who watches on a daily basis, but trying to figure out a way how we can get the viewership up a little bit more. I think the information is good. The picks have been certainly good over the last year. Almost been doing this a year now. So trying to figure out different ways. I mean, maybe I'm giving a little bit too much. Maybe I think I'm doing a 3-hour radio show, but maybe you guys just want picks. So if you want just picks, that's great. And we're going to try that over the next couple days and see if the actual views go up. But please hit that like and subscribe button. So I mean, I see that too, and I appreciate everybody who hits that. A couple days ago, everybody was hitting it. So thank you for that. And it takes 2 seconds, and it's free to do. So I appreciate that very much. That does it for today's show. Thank you to everyone who continues to watch on a daily basis. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your plays on Sunday.